Alright, good morning. It is 5 o'clock outside this fine morning. Today I'm going to be speaking on essentially VK Jehannum. I've been experimenting with his work. I bought one of his books. I have used the rituals on his website. I have utilized some of his tips, and I'm going to go over some of that today. So first, going off the title of the video, the first thing mentioned in the title is tips, keys, and tips to evocation. Okay, now these two tips are things I have unconsciously used, and I have seen success. Now, when purposely employing these tactics, I have found my evocations to be very successful compared to when they are not employed. Okay, so what am I speaking on? I'm speaking on an article VK Jehannum put out on his WordPress website, right? Essentially what he says is there's two steps when it comes to a successful evocation, and he was channeled this through Archangel Michael, or Mikael as it's technically pronounced. Now Mikael said that essentially what you need is two things. Number one, a love and or respect for the spirit in question, okay, that you're going to be evoking. And number two, you need to have a trust or faith in the ritual that you are going to be using, that it's going to succeed, okay? So essentially eliminating that doubt, right? And I'm going to highlight a few ways, and this is my personal input here, how to achieve both of these things. When it comes to achieving, we'll start with the easy one first. A trust in your rituals to work. A faith in your rituals to succeed, be successful. There's really only a couple ways to achieve that, and that is actual success, experiencing actual success, okay? And there's shortcuts for this, right? But essentially what you want to do is just start doing rituals. Start performing, and just for simplicity's sake, I do recommend using VK Jehannum's rituals, okay? He has quite a few on there. I've used them, and I've experienced very strong effects, okay? Some of the words may sound odd, it's not English. It may be a channeled word like "oh sorry da ga" and stuff like that, and you gotta chant it and rhythmically say it. When it's bold or italic and slash, whatever. So it might be a little weird at first if you're not used to this kind of thing, but I do encourage you to go ahead and embark on doing that. Reason being, and reason I say to use him, is because his rituals are powerful, for one, and number two, they are authentic. So, I mean, you're not going to have to find and create a ritual. You can use a template that is already in existence for you. And all you have to do is write down this ritual or pick up your phone and read it off of your phone, okay? And, just... I would recommend rehearsing it once over before you actually go in and perform the rite. But when you go to perform the rite, you just go through, perform this rite, and as long as it's all good, you may experience something, you may not, okay? For me, I know when I first began magic, it took me a couple weeks And I say a couple weeks because of how often I performed magic. I would take these rites from VK Jehannum, and I would just boom, 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 boom. Do like 4 all back to back. And then I go inside. Then I come out later on in the evening, do another 3. And then I go to bed. And then I wake up in the morning. I do a couple. I do my LBRP, my middle pillar from his book. By the way, his book is very good. It's expensive. It was like a $60 book, 68, something like that. But I got free shipping, so it was a good deal. Because off of the website, I believe they wanted like 80. Besides the point, though, that book is very good. It comes with the middle pillar and other stuff, and I recommend doing the LBRP, the middle pillar, and things such as that to heighten your ability to sense energy. Now, if you start cranking out rituals, it's only a matter of time before you see success, okay? And this is without the LBRP, without the middle pillar ritual. You're working with energetic currents. No matter, what spirits you're working with a spirit, an energy, okay? And your subtle body will grow, your energetic body will grow, your sensitivity to subtle energies will heighten, and you will be able to sense them, which in turn, just by sheer number, you will experience, sheer number of rituals, I'll add, you will experience something profound eventually. And for me, after taking a very long break from magic, it was a ritual with a Maimon. And I felt his presence, and the rite was for psychic abilities and psychic empowerment, okay? And I felt the empowerment on another level. Very profound, very strong, it's very moving energy. It was very strong, okay? And what that does is it heightens your trust in the rituals, their success rate. It heightens your trust in yourself, because you know that you aren't a failure. All these things that, because the human mind is very harsh on the person. Whenever you fail something, you're very harsh on yourself, more so than you would be if it was somebody else that failed. So when you fail, you're very hard on yourself, and you have very irrational criticism upon yourself, right? So once you have that success, all that starts to get washed away. All that false criticism starts to get washed away as you see it's not true, and that you are capable of experiencing a psychic phenomena and experiencing energetic waves pass through your body, that you are capable. It's just a matter of performing the ritual and becoming more sensitive to it. And that, you're not a malfunctioning individual. You're not cursed. You're not impossible. You're never going to be psychic. La 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 blah blah blah. You realize it's all bullshit, and then you start to trust yourself. So that's where trust comes in. Now, love for the spirit. I'm sorry, that was a very extended explanation, but I wanted to be thorough. Now, when it comes for love for the spirit, respect for the spirit, the really only good way to go about doing this is research. You're going to grow a love for the spirit and respect for the spirit via researching, finding out what those spirits are about. Like Isis, for example. Learning that Isis is a kind, loving spirit may work for you. That may heighten a connection between you and Isis, depending on the kind of person you are. For another person, it may be Lucifer, a rebellious spirit that has been wronged. Might work for you. It might be something you identify with. It all depends upon the person and what they have experienced in their lifetime. I think, most of us in the occult world can experience and identify with both. But this is how you heighten a love, a respect for the spirit. Do your research. Look upon their power also. Look upon what they're capable of helping you with. How beneficial is that to you? That will heighten a certain level of respect, because there's a certain level of need, a certain level of want. And where there's need and want, there's also a certain level of respect, because, or at least there should be, because they have what you want and they can give it to you. So this is how you go about grabbing that and holding and attaining that love, because love is a hard emotion to feel. But once you actually get a successful ritual and you get something from that spirit, and that spirit shows you love, it's much easier to feel love in return. For instance, me and Belphegor, we a while ago had a relationship in which he was helping me very much so, and he was doing things without my asking, or when I did ask, it was very quick results, and then that made me feel a certain connection to him, a certain love, respect for the spirit. And that's one of the quickest ways to go about attaining this love, respect. And most spirits, will do that for you if they respect you. So just apply these two methods, and your success rate and evocation will go up. Basically, what I'm saying is practice. Practice is the best way to go about attaining these two levels, these two figures you need to apply in order to attain a successful evocation 90% of the time, right? I know in the beginning I couldn't get an evocation to work for Jack. Also, focus is important, confidence is important, mainly focus. But I'm not getting into that today. I'm only talking about what Jehannum said. I think it's very important, okay? Also, I do highly recommend all of his rituals. Everything on his site, I will attest for it. It is very legit and very powerful. I do recommend it. So go ahead, check it out. All you have to type in is VK Jehannum, and vkjehannum.wordpress.com will pop up under the Google search results, and you can go ahead, click on that, and then type on. There's 3 lines on the top right. Click that. A drop down will drop down, and you'll have a few options to choose from. Go ahead and choose rituals, and you'll have an entire list to choose from of just ritual after ritual after ritual. And of course, he has PDFs floating around on the internet. I recommend trying to find those. There are some very good books out there that he has written. I recommend buying those. Just trying to attain, and because this journey is about power, asserting your higher self, asserting yourself, getting a connection with that higher self, attaining real power, growing as an individual. That's what the occult world is about. It's about growing. It's about finding truth, growing wisdom, and becoming the best version of yourself that you can. Growing strong, growing powerful as a magician. These things are very important. At least they are for me, and they should be for you too as well. And VK Jehannum has done a very good job of making his work available to us. He's done a very good deed to the community by doing such, because without it, you'd be stuck to figure it out by yourself, which is kind of hard, for most people. For most people, they're not automatically talented. So, big thanks to VK Jehannum for all he has done for the community. Peace.